What's the best gift you've received from a significant other? My husband is a spoiled rotten man boy. His mother started it, and I have continued it. I have spent our entire relationship dragging him kicking and screaming into adulthood, and he is much better than he was when we met, but in many ways he is still a pampered 12-year-old. My husband has never lived by himself, paid a bill, or cooked a meal. He literally never learned how because he never had to and he was never taught. When I met him, he was still living with his parents and eating twice a day at his favorite Taco Bell. Even now, after almost 17 years of marriage, I do all of the cooking and most of the housework. Sometimes I mind, but for the most part, I just put up with it because I love him very much. In contrast, I lived by myself for well over a decade before I met him. After graduating university, I got a small cheap apartment and a used car and a job, and I did everything adults do because I had no one else to rely on: bills, investing, saving, cooking, cleaning, car repairs, taxes, everything. Since our wedding, my greatest hope was that my husband predeceases me, because he would be so helpless without me. In February of 2014, I broke my arm in a fall. A bad break. A spiral breaks down the full length of the humerus. Oh my God, I have never suffered such pain in my life. I've had major abdominal surgery twice. That pain is nothing compared to my broken arm. I was out of work, of course, for 8 weeks. The emergency room doctor sent me home on major pain medication that made me loopy. I was unable to do anything. Just shifting in a chair to relieve pressure on my buttocks resulted in a scream. I couldn't drive, move, roll over in bed, get up out of the chair, dress, brush my hair or teeth, or shower. I was completely helpless and immobile in a recliner. And I certainly couldn't cook or clean. I considered staying with my mother-in-law, but my husband said no. And he stepped up to the plate. And did everything for the next 8 weeks. He fixed simple meals: scrambled eggs and toast, reheated Chef Boyardee, mac and cheese and hot dogs. We didn't eat Chinese stir-fries or meatloaf, but he made meals and piled pillows on my lap so the bowl was right under my chin, and if I needed help feeding myself with my stupid hand, he helped. He washed clothes and dishes, and fed my cats twice a day. He gently swapped out my 2 hospital gowns, which were the only clothes I could get over my cast, and washed them almost daily. He helped me out of the chair into the shower, and he helped me bathe without getting my cast wet. He shampooed and brushed my hair and he helped me on and off the pot, and stood in the hall ready if I needed help while doing my business. Thankfully, I was able to manage myself with my stupid hand, if I was clumsy. He loaded my toothbrush for me. Seriously, as an experiment, try to do that one-handed using your non-dominant hand. He took my direction to pay the bills, and helped me in and out of and roll over in the bed. He took me back to the hospital for my follow-up visits, putting on jeans under my hospital gown and helping me in and out of the car and buckling my seatbelt. I was a 200-pound infant in pain and he took complete care of me. When I didn't think he knew how, or would be able, my husband took care of me. Without complaints. I never felt so loved. It was the greatest gift ever. Not only because he took on my responsibilities and worries so I wouldn't have to, but because now I know he's not as helpless as I thought he was. Now I don't have to worry about him so much, if something were to happen to me. I know he's spoiled, but he's not so completely spoiled that he's crippled. And all that happened years ago. Now he's even less spoiled and more adult. Now he's holding a full-time job and completely supporting me while I look for work. He has his chores that he takes care of without prompting, and if I'm unavailable, he feeds himself and the cats, and sometimes he even goes grocery shopping. And I mean, in a supermarket, not 7-Eleven. My husband took care of me when I was completely invalid. That was the greatest gift ever. I love him very much.
Upon the mountain top, where the sky meets the earth, a whispering wind tells tales of work. With every step, a journey unfolds in the heart of the mountains, where stories are told. Oh, summit of heights where dreams take flight. In the silence of the stars, we find our light. With every climb, a new chapter to write. At the summit of heights where souls ignite. Through valleys deep and forest green, we chase the echoes of a distant dream.